Welcome to 10-Minute Zuimonki. Today we turn to the opening passage of Book 1 of the Shōbōgenzō Zuimonki. Dōgen said, "If you are to feel ashamed before anyone, be ashamed before a person of clear eyes." When I was in Song, China, the Venerable Nyojo of Tendo Monastery wished to appoint me as his personal attendant and said, "Though he is a foreigner, Dōgen is a person of genuine capacity." But I firmly declined. The reason was this. To gain recognition back in Japan would certainly be important, and it would also be valuable for my practice of the way. Yet, among the assembly there may be people of true insight who would criticize this, saying, "Has this great monastery no capable people of its own that it appoints a foreigner as personal attendant?" Such criticism would indeed be shameful. So I conveyed these thoughts in a letter. Thereupon Venerable Nyojo respected my regard for his country and my sense of shame before others, and he did not ask me again. This opening passage of the Shōbōgenzō Zuimonki may seem simple at first, but it reveals several important aspects of Dōgen's character and teaching. The key sentence is this: "If you are to feel ashamed before anyone, be ashamed before a person of clear eyes." At first glance, we might think Dōgen is talking about criticism or public opinion, but that is not really his point. A person of clear eyes is someone with genuine discernment, a true practitioner who sees through self-deception and understands the Dharma deeply. The question Dōgen is asking is not how do I appear to others. Rather, it is, would my conduct stand before someone who truly understands? This shifts the focus from public reputation to inner sincerity. The passage then illustrates this principle through an episode from Dōgen's own life. While practicing in China, Dōgen was invited by his teacher Nyojo to serve as his personal attendant. This was a position of honor and responsibility. It would have given Dōgen prestige within the monastery, strengthened his training, and undoubtedly enhanced his reputation when he eventually returned to Japan. Yet he declined. Why? Not because he lacked confidence, not because he believed himself unworthy, and not because he rejected responsibility. Rather, he feared that accepting the position might create an appearance of favoritism. Others might look at the situation and say, "Has this great monastery no capable people of its own that it appoints a foreigner as personal attendant?" Dōgen was willing to give up a personal advantage in order to avoid even the appearance of impropriety. This reveals a remarkable humility. Many of us imagine humility as thinking poorly of ourselves. But Dōgen's humility is something quite different. He recognizes the advantages the position would bring. He openly admits that it would help his practice and increase his reputation in his own country, Japan. Yet he places something higher than personal gain. He places integrity above advancement. Again and again throughout the Zuimonki, we find the same attitude. The question is never what benefits me. The question is what accords with the Dharma. This brings us back to the idea of the person of clear eyes. In Zen literature, this expression refers to someone who sees things as they truly are. Such a person is not deceived by appearances, not impressed by status, not distracted by reputation. A clear-eyed person sees directly into the heart of a situation. And this raises an important question for all of us. Before whose eyes do we live? Many people live before the eyes of society. Others live before the eyes of their colleagues, their friends, their family, or increasingly today, social media. Some live before an image of themselves that they wish to preserve. Dōgen suggests another possibility. Live before the eyes of wisdom itself. Conduct yourself in a way that could withstand genuine insight. The final sentence of the story is also significant. Dōgen says that Nyojo respected his concern for the dignity of the Chinese monastic community and therefore did not ask him again. This reflects how deeply Dōgen respected Chinese Zen culture. He did not want to stand out as a foreigner receiving special treatment. He wanted to participate sincerely in the tradition rather than become an exception within it. There is, however, one subtle point in the passage that deserves attention. Some modern scholars have suggested that the passage is often misunderstood. A truly clear-eyed person would probably not make petty or nationalistic criticisms. Such a person would see beyond favoritism and appearances. If this is so, then perhaps the sentence should not be read as meaning, "There are people of true insight who would criticize me." Instead, it may mean, "Although there are people of true insight among the assembly, others might criticize the situation." This interpretation changes the meaning in an interesting way. The clear-eyed person is no longer the critic. The clear-eyed person becomes the silent standard before whom one must maintain integrity. In other words, Dōgen's concern is not that enlightened people might scold him. His concern is that, before the eyes of genuine practitioners, the situation itself might appear improper. The logic becomes, "There are truly perceptive practitioners in the monastery, therefore I must be especially careful." If others were to say, "There are no worthy Chinese monks here," the situation itself would be unfortunate. And before the eyes of genuine practitioners, creating such a situation would be shameful. Seen in this way, the opening sentence takes on an even deeper meaning. If you are ashamed before anyone, be ashamed before a person of clear eyes. Not fear being criticized by enlightened people, but rather conduct yourself in a way that could stand before genuine wisdom. That is the lesson Dōgen offers us here. And perhaps it is a question worth carrying into our own lives. Before whose eyes do we practice? Thank you for listening. Until next time.